Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Zesta Herbal Soap and Skincare. If you're a new person, if you're coming to my channel for the first time, you're highly welcome. Please remember to subscribe, and if there's anything you need us to know, any question you want to ask, feel free to ask in the comment section and I will be there. I'll be waiting to answer you. And if you are already my subscribers, let me tell you something. I love you so much. Some of you have been calling me. There is a lady that even texted me and said, she's always the first to watch my videos. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for those that have called me personally to ask me to teach them one or two things. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for being here with me. I'm happy to have you all. So if you've not subscribed, because I know a lot of you watch without subscribing, please do not take anything out of you. Just thumbs up for me. That is all I need. Just thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for me. That is all I need. Please, I need your cooperation. So today we'll be making a glow oil. You know that we have glow oil, then we have whitening glow oil. When you want to make something like this, you first have to search on your ingredients first, know them as much as possible. I've tried most of the ingredients I'll be using, most of the materials and ingredients I'll be using are more of plant origin. They have natural ingredients in them, but at times what you need, you might not get that particular thing in. So whatever you are able to get, make sure you go through the ingredients very well, make up your mind what you want before you now sit down. As I tell you every time, see my book with me. There is nothing I do without doing calculation. If I want to make soap, I calculate. I want to make even Vaseline, because I don't make Vaseline that I'll put only petroleum jelly and perfume. I don't do that kind of Vaseline. I always look for something that is beneficial for the skin and art. And most of these things, there is a limit to which you can use them, or there's a way you're supposed to use them. So you have to read about them first, then sit down in your mind, make a mental image of what you want, then know how much, as I usually tell you, first know how much quantity you want to make before you now know how much you are going to use. For example, now this one, I want to make only 200 mils for her. I'm not making much. I'm just making 200 mils for her. So since I'm making only 200 mils, that will already give me an idea of how I'll formulate it and the quantity of all my ingredients that I will use. Okay. So instead of me to start listing ingredients one by one, I will just, as I'm making the video, you'll be seeing the ingredient list. The ingredient list will be coming out. So try to watch this video to the very end, though. Watch to the very end and subscribe. It is easy and it is free. Just click on the subscribe button. That is all. Thank you very much. So first and foremost, I've already cleaned up my surface, but I'll still sterilize my glassware again and my whole everywhere, the table everywhere. Okay. I'll be using some alpha hydroxyl acids here. I'll be using an alpha hydroxyl acid and a beta hydroxyl acid. So I think I will start with them. And by the way, I have a video on making 50% body peel. Please endeavor to watch it so that you might also benefit from it. Because if, for example, you do your full body peel, you now wait for about a week for your body to heal. You can now start using your whitening agents. Okay, you find out that they work deeper and faster that way. They are more effective that way. So I will start with my acids first, and I'm using 4 grams of salicylic acid and 4 grams of malic acid in this my formulation. So I'll be getting them now. We all know the work of salicylic acid and malic acid. I think I've already mentioned that in my first video on full body acid peel, because I use salicylic and malic acid too. So I will not want to go on and keep on repeating everything. But my salicylic acid is a beta hydroxylic acid that dissolves more readily in propylene glycol. It clears acne. It is very good for acne prone skin. It gives you a very smooth complexion. It is a deep exfoliator. While our malic acid is not a deep exfoliator. Its molecules are larger. It does not penetrate the skin like salicylic acid, so it is not usually used alone. This malic acid is gotten from apples and fruits, but it is also a gentle exfoliator. And now, since this product that we are making is a leave-on product, it's a serum, I will not want to use something that is too strong. That is why I'm using my salicylic acid with my malic acid that is gentle, okay? Gentle and caring, okay? So, and I'm using 4%. The two of them together will give me 8%, because most of these acids, they don't work well in concentrations lower than 8 to 10%. So that's why I'm using about 8% in this product. And don't make anything without my scale, as usual. My scale on it, zero it out. My salicylic acid. First, let me get my propylene glycol. Already our ingredient list has started. If you're writing it out right now. So my propylene glycol, I'm using about 10 mils. I'm using about 10 mils of my propylene glycol. This propylene glycol, I'll use it to dissolve I'm using about 15 mils. I'll use it to dissolve my salicylic acid and my malic acid, but it is also part of the ingredient I need, because this propylene glycol is a very good humectant. It will act as a humectant in my serum, and it will also help carry most of these whitening oils deep into the skin, okay? Then these acids would help exfoliate the skin to keep the pores open enough for the serum to work. So now I'll be putting in my salicylic acid, just about 4 grams. Let me zero out first. So that's my 4 grams of salicylic acid, okay? So next, now I'll be putting in 4 grams also of my malic acid. So first we measured about 15 grams of propylene glycol, 4 grams salicylic, 4 grams malic. And we have already told you what malic acid does. Malic acid is heavier than salicylic, so you find out that a little goes along with a little is heavier than salicylic acid. That's why you need to weigh. If I were using spoons, I'll say, okay, I will fetch 1 spoon of salicylic and 1 spoon of malic, all of them, since it's 4 grams, they are all the same. No. That's why it's good to use your weigh, your scale, and it's good to weigh your ingredients. So this is I'll mix it up a bit to start dissolving before I start adding in the other ingredients, okay? So I've dissolved my salicylic acid 4 grams, my malic acid 4 grams in my 15 grams of propylene glycol. Okay, we've started. So my recipe is here. I'm reading from it. Okay, so if you're making this now, if you put your ingredients into 2, you should have your base oils, you should have your serums, and you should have your essential oils or your treatment oils. Your essential oils also include your treatment oils inside, okay? Now, this your base oils. Let's say, for example, you're making a glow oil only, just a plain glow oil. Your base oil could be, for example, your sandalwood oil, or maybe your lemon oil. You know, they'll just glow you, they'll not really lighten you. Then if you're making just a lightening oil, You could use, for example, your beauty series as your base oil, or maybe your Vid Gold as your base oil. And my base oils for this my formulation that I'm using today, my base oils are 60% of my formulation. You could decide to make your base oils to be 54%. You could decide to make them to be 50%. But me, I prefer to use 60 or 50%. For example, my base oils as my for my formulation. Then your serums could form 30 to 35%. Then your treatment oils and essential oils should make about 10% of your formulation. And remember, your essential oils, not because I said your treatment oils and essential oils, you now make your essential oils to be up to 10%. No, essential oils are not used that much. If not, they could have adverse effects. These are oils. So most of my oils in this treatment and essential oils category, that is 10%, will mostly be my treatment oils. And my treatment oils include things that like my propylene glycol, my tea tree oil, my shenic oil, my skin doctor, my vitamin E. These are things that I will use as my treatment oils and my essential oils. Of course, my tea tree oil is my essential oil. Okay. Now, when it comes to my serums, I'm using things like this glutathione, Pejun glutathione. This is what I'm using as some of my serums. My skin free milk is also one of my serums. Okay, this your bio oil. This bio oil too, I'll be using bio oil. Bio oil is also one of my treatment oils. Okay, then my serums, what I use as my base oils are basically my white things like Whitening, avocado oil, kojic dipermitate, my half caste oil. All I'll use them as my base oils. So now these are the ingredients. I'm going to start putting them one by one now. I've already mixed up my alpha hydroxyl and beta hydroxyl acid. Okay. So now my white now, I'll be using 20 ml of my white now. This is my white now. I'll be using 20 ml of my white now. White now is a triple action whitening oil that contains beta carotene and is good for all skin types. And it's actually a good whitening oil. It's not really lightening. But if you're a very dark person, it might take time before you see the effects. So I'm going to zero out my scale. I'm going to put in 20 ml of my white now oil. So that's 20 ml of my white now oil. Then the next one I'll be using is my sandalwood oil. All these ones that I'm listing now, they are under my base oils. My next oil is my sandalwood oil. This is my sandalwood oil. And I'll be using 5 ml of my sandalwood oil. Okay. Then the next oil I'll be using is my super white. This super white contains cocoa extracts. They are made by the same company with this white now. Okay. This super white is made from the same company with this white now, but why I'm using it is because this one contains cocoa extracts. So I'll be putting 20 ml of this one too. Okay, it is a protector. It is a protector oil. Okay. Okay. So the next oil I'll be putting in is my avocado oil. And my avocado oil, as we know, avocados are good for the skin, especially for people with dry skin tone. So I'll be using my avocado oil. While I'm putting all these natural oils, is so that they'll buffer up the whitening oils a bit and also give us their own extra benefits. It's not because we want to whiten up, we now use whitening agents anyhow. Okay, so I'll be putting in 5 ml of my avocado oil. So that's 5 ml of my avocado oil. Avocados are really good for the skin and even the hair too. Then my citroclear oil. This is my citroclear. Citroclear oil is a very good oil that is good for promixing and for lightening. It has good lightening effects. It has it is a serum concentrate rich in lemons. Okay, so I'm going to put in my citroclear oil, and I'll be using 15 mils of my citroclear oil. So this is I've put in my 15 mils of my citroclear oil. Okay, so now the next oil that I'll be using, put in our kojic acid. So now the next oil we'll be putting in is a jojoba oil, and we'll be putting in 5 mils also of our jojoba oil. So this is our jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is a very good oil. It is one of the few oils that is both oil and wax at the same time. If you decide to use pure jojoba oil to make soap, it will not really give you a good effect. It's more suitable as a super fat in soap, because this jojoba oil doesn't saponify completely. Okay, it has the property of being an oil, and also it has a waxy property. So on the skin, it is super protective. So I'm going to put in 5 ml of my jojoba oil into this formulation. Okay, so I'm zeroing up my scale, and I'm going to put in 5 ml of my jojoba oil. Please excuse my pronunciation. No, I'm an African woman. Okay, 5 mils. So the next oil I'll be putting in is my half caste oil. If you don't have half caste oil, you can use any of your raw lightning oils. For example, like your Egyptian milk. And for those of you that know me very well, when it comes to soap making, that is in short, you can wake me up from sleep and ask me anything about soap, any kind of soap at all. I don't have a problem. Let me continue. So I'm going to use my half caste oil, and my half caste oil, I'm using 10 ml of my half caste oil. So I've put in 10 ml of my half caste oil. Then now for my serums, I'll be using my alpha arbutin serum. This is my alpha arbutin serum. You can see it. I don't know how I'll be able to bring this thing out of the container because it is really thick. So I'm supposed to use up to at least 5 ml of my alpha arbutin serum. So I'll be putting in my alpha arbutin serum, 5 ml. So the next serum I'll be using is my skin-free milk serum. We all know skin-free milk. Look at it. Okay, so I'll be using my skin-free milk, and I'll be using 30 ml of my skin-free milk in this formulation. I'll be using 30 ml. To shake it properly before you pour, because if you see down, it has some sediments. It settles down a bit, so you mix properly before you pour. So I'll be putting in 30 ml. Skin-free milk is one of the most widely used whiteners in both. It is versatile. You can use it in your black soap, you can use it in your cream, you can use it in your serum. So it is a must-have for people that want to pro-mix, or for people that want to whiten up. It gives a flawless whitening effect on the skin, this kind of even tone. Okay, so the next white serum I'll be using is my Pejun, my glutathione Pejun whitening serum. So I will shake it up too. So I'm going to use 30 ml of it too. So you can see it. I'm using 30 ml of my Pejun glutathione serum. So I've put in my 30 ml. So that is all for my serums. I'm not adding any more serum again. Okay, so now for my treatment oils and essential oils, the first treatment oil I'll be using is my bio oil. You can see it, bio oil. This oil is a bit expensive, but it's good. Okay, it's good. It clears scars, it clears stretch marks, it clears uneven skin tone, It is good for aging skin and dehydrated skin. It also works against stretch. It is good for aging skin and dehydrated skin. It also works against stretch marks. Oh, and I forgot, my base oils also, I'll be using Nature's Secret. This is my Nature's Secret. I'm using the carrot Nature's Secret, okay? And I'll be using 20 mils of my Nature's Secret. It is also part of my base oils. This Nature's Secret is very good. It has a carrot in it, and it's a very strong whitener, okay? It has hydroquinone in it. It contains hydroquinone too, and they said it's anti-aging. It's an anti-aging cream that contains carrot and snail extract. So let's continue. For my, I'm mixing it up. You can see most of my alpha hydroxy acids have dissolved though. I can't find all those my malic acid that was refusing to dissolve. It has dissolved out. So now for my treatment oils, I'll be using my bio oil first. My bio oil, I'll be using 25 mils of my bio oil. I'm sorry for the video quality, it might be a bit poor because of the reflection of light. So I'm using 25 mils of my bio oil. My bio oil is also my treatment oil, and also to prevent all these green veins and stretch marks and all that. So that's that, our bio oil. So next, again, in our treatment oil, what we'll be using, we've already use our propylene glycol, our salicylic acid, our malic acid. So now I'll be putting our tea tree oil. These are tea tree oil, okay? I'll be putting in my tea tree oil, and I'll be using 2 grams of my tea tree oil. You know, some people, when they use this kind of products, it tends to give them acne. They'll get rashes, they'll get pimples and all that, some people. So to prevent anything like that happening, and we are using our tea tree oil, and I've already put in my 2 mils or 2 grams of my tea tree oil. The next oil we'll be using is Shenic. If you are pro-mixing and you're using whitening creams and you don't have Shenic, Belle Eclat, this Shenic, you need it, okay? So this Shenic Perfect Leg Stage 1, okay? Shenic Perfect Leg Stage 1. So that's what I'll be using, and I'll be putting 10 mils of my Shenic legs. So now I'll be using Skin Doctor ampoule. Skin Doctor Herbal Whitening ampoule, and I'll be using only one. This Skin Doctor is also good if you know you're pro-mixing a whitening cream. But if it is not whitening, if it is just glowing oil or glowing serum you're making, you don't need this Skin Doctor. But if you're making pro-mixing a whitening agent like this one, now you need this your Skin Doctor. So I'm using one ampoule. Then last but not the least, my vitamin E oil. My vitamin E oil is an antioxidant. We all know vitamin E oil is an antioxidant, and it will also help protect our serum, even though it is not really a preservative. Vitamin E is not a preservative. If you know that you're making any anhydrous product, any product that contains water in it, you better put your preservative. Don't use vitamin E alone and say that your vitamin E is an antioxidant, and it only increases the shelf life, but it is not a preservative. So we are putting our vitamin E here for its antioxidant properties, and also because of its some of the good properties it provides, it bestows on top of the skin. So I will mix this and then package it and then come back to you.